Good afternoon, boomers. The voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're talking about Bitcoin, more bits, and more bits. The crypto markets are under pressure. There's plenty of blood on the streets, red on the field, soldiers killed in action, attacked on their left and right flank. A drop of over $1,000 in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin trading closer to 8,000. Today we're going to be talking about where it may be headed and what we could or could not expect as the rest of the boomers tune in. I'm going to share some articles, see what it's really up to. I'm going to go over another article we shared this week. I think we need to look closer into it and then see if also if Bitcoin's still following this macro uptrend. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Litecoin and the rest of the pumpers out there. The rest of the crypto maniac soldiers, Niagara Gardeners here as well. He's saying buy the dip. This could be an opportunity. I want to see where things are going. I'm going to check out the charts. We're going to share some articles and review one that we shared earlier this week. I think there's a little bit of truth in that and see where things can shake and bake to. CryptoZilla says duck and cover indeed. Yeah, it's fire. A little bit lower than we expected. And as I said, if we dip under 9,000, we need to readjust what we're going to look at and how we're going to look at things. I think we were expecting to stay and then around the 9,000 as low as 88, but we went under 88. So we're going to have to readjust our sniper scope. I wouldn't say it's a panic, but we also, we got to stay aware of what's going on and focus our sniper scope on the target. Shout out to CryptoZilla. Shout out to Niagara Gardener, Renee, Lee Benke. We got decorated crypto soldiers here in the population of the chat box. Hit the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. This is when things start turning up, guys. And the real crypto maniac bulls are still here in the trenches. If you're a baby bear cub, just a little baby bear, a funny bunny dancing and prancing, you probably are going to get sniped out the box when things get hot here as we take dips, dives, and slides. Only the true decorated crypto soldier officials that are ready to step on a landmine, lose a limb, an arm, are going to be here booming with the best of them. Let's check out the math. Let me turn off these coins, hit the display, and you can see major droppage, major dippage. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Guys, Johnson Cackery says whales at BitMEX manipulating Bitcoin with leverage trades. Guys, we know there's manipulation in the game. And as Bitcoin and crypto markets continue to mature, you're going to get more slimy suits stepping into the game, more regulation, and, the game's going to change. You got to be aware of that, nothing's perfect. And no market is going to be free from manipulators, and Bitcoin included. So that's the facts. That's how BTC is down since Johnson. That is a factor along with other factors. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it and what to expect and what we can be prepared for, we could stay locked and loaded for here for this crypto warfare that we're experiencing here on both right and left flanks. Make sure you have all your storm supply ready. One in the chamber. There's a stormy one blowing there on the coast, guys. I hope you guys are hunkered down. You got your Berkey water filters, and you're ready for any storm that may blow. A lot of water goes out before a big tsunami happens. Markets are similar. Exactly. You're right about that. You just got to be prepared for a swing to the left, a swing to the right. Just always have those supplies ready, and that's what we do out here. Let's check out today's mathematics. You can see Bitcoin trading there on Coinbase is currently at 83.60. We're going to check out the math over here on CoinMarketCap, see how healthy or ill things are looking depending on your perspective. We got a market cap of 220 billion, slimmer. As each day passes by this week, 220 is a slim market cap. I've shared infographics in the past of how big other markets are, like gold, real estate, stocks, bonds, options. And right now at 220 billion, crypto's still a drop in the bucket. In my opinion, still has a lot of room to grow to that $1 trillion market cap that we are hoping it will hit sometime next year. Bitcoin dominance there at 68.5. Bitcoin at 83.91. Let me hit refresh. Let me make sure we're here on the latest pump. 83.91 on Bitcoin. Ether losing a lot of weight as well at $169. Tether's now a number 4 coin. A lot of people are dumping back into Tether, obviously. Bitcoin Cash at 225. Litecoin at 57. Getting obliterated out there, Litecoin. Bitcoin Cash losing a lot of weight. Even though Bitcoin Cash has lost 16, almost 17%, it still remains ahead of Litecoin market cap-wise with almost... I was going to say a billion, but that's not the math right now. It's about 400 million right now in difference. So Litecoin is closing in on Bitcoin Cash once again, but it's still behind. EOS also getting slammed now at 289. Binance at 1599. Satoshi Vision, we always skip. Stellar at 5 cents. Leo at 104. Monero at 59. Monero still more than Litecoin. You know, that's what I like as far as price. And Monero, I like Monero, guys. Cardano at 3 cents. How about those guys that were holding at 6, 7, 8 cents on Monero? On Cardano, they've lost half their baggage. You know, I'm feeling for them. You know, I know we have a few generals there in the box, and although Cardano may do well in the future, you know, it's a hard hold on a lot of these altcoins. Tron at 1 cent, Huobi at 3.20. Even Chainlink is down 12%. It's completely being, you know, these altcoins are getting smashed. Talk about an altcoin famine. Definitely getting smashed. Guys, don't expect any of these altcoins to do anything until Bitcoin establishes its ground. And obviously, this is a dip, a little bit more than we're expecting. And I think we need to revisit an article that we shared, I think it was yesterday or the day before, about these market makers and what they could be doing. Johnson's talking about people manipulating the markets. And, you know, that's obvious at this point. You know, as like I said, this market matures, there's going to be more players getting into the game with bigger bags. And, you know, the inequality in the crypto space is going to grow. You know, those that have going to continue to have more, and those that don't, it's going to be harder. And that's just the way it goes out there, guys. So hopefully you guys have been hodling, and, you know, a few good men have a Bitcoin under the pillow. We got the boomers wrote it down to the 3K area, and we held the line. Yeah, CryptoZilla's been here. So, I mean, listen, at the beginning of the year, guys, we were at $4,000. So, I mean, we're up double than what we are just less than a year ago. So, as far as any concern, there is no concern out here. We're in a good position. If you've been rocking with the champion, we've been hodling and DCAing since, you know, 3,000 and below. Okay, we've been here and we've done that. So, you know, we're just going to see, you know, what things are going to happen now, what things may happen here in the short term, being that we broke a support that we weren't necessarily expecting. And I'll tell you, you know, we heard rumblings of this may happen. We had some boomers coming here into the box, even said, listen, guys, it may hit 7K. You know, some other boomers are saying, you know, 85. And I was saying, maybe 88. And this thing hit, I believe, under 8 at one point yesterday. And we're currently at 83.75, so lower than many expected. Alt deaths, that's why I only have a small moon baggie. There you go, Niagara. And I've been saying this for a while now, 70% in Bitcoin at least. Hopefully you guys had more. And, you know, I know some boomers that are all in Bitcoin. You know, listen, Bitcoin's lost weight, but it's still up a lot more than it was at the beginning of the year. And certainly all these altcoins are, you know, these altcoins are a bloodbath. And there is almost little to no altcoin that has really gained weight. Let's check out this article. I shared this article, I believe, yesterday. And it's insightful because a lot of things that this article said is looking to be true. This is out of cryptodaily.co. This was published yesterday. What is Bitcoin really up to? And I'm going to read a little bit more than I usually do. This is linked down below. And you can see here, it's interesting. Okay, let me get to the meat and potatoes. It says, the majority believes the bear market is over. And the recent parabolic move since December 2018 has made a lot of traders complacent to the point they have no problem holding onto their Bitcoin bags. The market makers, and these are the big exchanges and the people that can sway the markets, arguably the manipulators, have got the retail traders where they want them, says this article. They are complacent, hopeful, and optimistic. They also have a lot more tolerance, so if the price declines 10% from here, they would be buying the dips. This is a perfect scenario from a market maker's perspective, which is why they are very close to pulling the plugs. And I can see they're pulling the plugs as of yesterday. We have noticed in the last few days the momentum have shifted to the bearish side. Now, no matter how hard the bulls try to buy the dips, the price does inevitably been going down eventually in the short term. We have some very long wicks to the downside, which would normally be a sign of bullish interest around those levels. But in this market in the past few days, we have seen the price break downwards despite such signs because the momentum has turned bearish. Okay. You know, so far the articles a little doom and gloomish. And, I don't really like to follow that type of stuff. But, it says that it's going to go back up, okay? The market makers want to trap longs, but at the same time, they don't want shorts to stack up. So there's a delicate balance that they have to find, and before the bears can get in any more smarter. I think we are very likely to see a sharp decline down to the 50-week extended moving average. The price will likely bounce back up above 81.33, find some temporary support there before an attempt to test a broken descending triangle again. It faces a strong rejection. That is when we will be more than 70% decline is going to inflict unprecedented pain on this market. So basically, in the summary here is that it's going to dip under 8 because of the market makers. This is what this article is saying. Again, this is not what I'm saying, but it's starting to look a little more true. We have been seeing a sideways trading market for some time now, and it's in the market makers' best interest to have more volatility and have this volume build up. They know that the bulls, they're saying that are complacent, and if their price declines, they'll still buy. Okay, so I would expect some of that to be true. Maybe they are manipulating and trying to bring that volume up. Remember, these market makers, they arguably make their revenue off fees, off more trades. So if there's action either up or down, they can arguably make more. On the weekly chart, I kind of saw this coming way too far from the moving average, says Mr. Peasy. Danger if it touches 7, says Johnson Cackery. There's certainly a possibility, and you could check out the article here, and you could see it's this purple line is where the targets are. So that's what's going on. I thought I heard someone knocking out the door, and apparently the boomette wants to hang out. So we're here with the young boomette. She's been checking out the charts lately. I think she's liking the charts more than the young boomer. Peasy says, on the weekly chart, I kind of saw this coming way too far from the moving average. Yeah, it's a possibility. And here's the charts that this gentleman has up. And, it's a possibility. These market makers, like I said, as the markets mature and there's more people out there, there's going to be bigger money to sway these markets. So there's always, some funny money. And guys, this happens also on Wall Street and in the banking, fiat system. So, what can I say, guys? There's not, some people want to complain about and say, oh, if it wasn't for people manipulating, guys, there's always somebody manipulating something. Nothing's perfect. Mr. Peasy 44 is here. Johnson Cackery, Niagara Gardner, CryptoZilla. Let's talk about some good news. This article says Bitcoin's still following a macro uptrend trend, claims the crypto analyst. And I think this is true. I think we're going to have to see some dippage, but the mid to long-term picture still sees an uptrend. I think we're still going to be headed closer to all-time highs. Bitcoin continues bleeding out slowly today. How after suffering double-digit losses yesterday. However, despite the extreme panic, Bitcoin remains on an uptrend according to macro analysis. So you can see the macro analysis. Read this in its entirety over here. We may be under fire. Summary: CME gap filled, descending triangle breakdown, resting 200 moving average daily, has to hold. Macro-wise structure broken, question mark? No, still uptrending, could give a nice potential accumulation phase 2 from here. So this is from Crypto Michael over there on Twitter, and you can see his graph. There is people disagreeing. You can see Martin over there. He says, how could you say the structure is not broken? We just broke down off a 4-month consolidation period. We'll make a lower high and drop minus 40% from the top. So he's definitely bearish. So, the bears are peeking their heads. There's actually, there's always going to be bears peeking their heads. Kapoof, says main event. Johnson Cackery, I see you. Dangerous if it touches 7. I mean, it's still a possibility. I mean, it already dipped under 8 for a moment. So where will we be headed from here? Listen, I think my beginning of the year predictions back when we were like at $4,000, I was saying at that point that I was expecting the Bitcoin price to close out at, somewhere a little bit under 10,000 at the end of the year. So, I mean, still a possibility. Niagara Gardner says, I'm still bullish BTC. I am for the midterm. But I'll tell you, one's got a question. There's a lot of a lot of bulls out there thinking it's going to crash through all-time highs. The thought ran through my mind today. What if Bitcoin behaves similar to Litecoin did before its halving, where it does gain, it dumps, because we saw Litecoin hit the all-time high at 300 and it dumped under 100 at the beginning of the year. It was like at $20, and then it pumped a month or two before that halving up to like 150, 160. So it's certainly more than 5x'd over the period of a year there for a moment, but then it dumped again, and you see where it's at now. So it kind of fell short. What if the same happens to Bitcoin? You see it dump a little bit more now, and then it pumps again, but falls short of its all-time high for the halving. Let's say, to 15, 16, 17. What if it only performs to that? You got to be prepared for that. And that would still be a bullish and an uptrend, but it would be a little less than some people are. We got people here saying 50, 100,000. And I think we need to crack that all-time high before we start saying 50 or 100,000. And, what if it falls short? And that's still, it's not being bearish, because it's certainly going to be double what it is right now. But what if it hits 17, 18 before pulling back? Something to, consider. Tyler D says, yo, champ, I've been thinking the exact same scenario for Bitcoin in regards to the halving. And why I say this is because Moon Boys were giving everybody blue balls about backed, and here we are with pissing it all over their hopes and dreams. Listen, I'm glad that you're having, we're thinking of all possibilities, because that's what we do out here. Okay. Look at this article. This is like a bearish article. And, this is a doom scenario. Okay. But look at this for a second. It's called Crypto Bulls Are Running Gag. And you can see this great CME bull market is what caused that 2017. This is what this person, Mr. Renev over here on TradingView, is saying. But he's saying that ever since the CME bull market, things failed to perform. So look, when the ETFs came out, things dumped. After the CME, things dumped. After the consensus bull market, things dumped. After backed, we're seeing things dump. And he's saying after the halving bull market, it's going to dump. Now, I don't think it's going to go down this low. But what if it, does similar to actions that, it doesn't really pump how people expected? Because remember, CME and the Bitcoin futures, people thought that was going to skyrocket things even higher than 20,000. But indeed, the opposite happens. As soon as the futures were introduced, that's when Bitcoin crashed. Then the consensus, people thought that was going to impact the price. And of course, right before that happened, the price spiked up, but then it dumped again. The same thing with the ETF. So, again, this guy on this chart is, he's saying it's going back to 1,000. I'm not sure about that, but I would agree with Tyler D. What if there's a scenario here that Bitcoin pumps in anticipation for the halving, but falls short of its all-time high? Okay, it pumps to say 15,000, 17,000, or falls right short of where, because everybody's expecting to hit that all-time. What if it falls short? What if, think about that. What do you think is the support? I think the support now, let me pull up a graph on you guys. Let's check out this 6 months graph. I think that the support right now is this next bottom, which is around 77. Or, 70, somewhere in the mid 7,000, somewhere around this range, I would say is the next support. We're dropping off a cliff here. So I think, things may go lower. It's going to find its support. And, I would expect, obviously, the pump to go over 10K for the halving. But, so many people are saying it's going to pump to 30, 40, 50. And, I'm not trying to spread FUD or anything. I certainly think that the price is going to go up. But what if it falls short of everybody's expectations? You got to be prepared for that, Don't get caught up out there. I wouldn't be surprised the best of the pump is before the halving and dumps at the halving, right? Only problem with the FUD article is that what is the gag for the crypto bulls that bought the 3K bottom and sold at even 10K? Right. There is no gag there. I agree, champ. Next support would be around 74 or 5,900. Yeah, well, I'm seeing this support here. This is, this area right here, which is, somewhere around 77, maybe a little lower, mid sevens is what I'm saying. And then, of course, there's another support down here, which is 5,000. But, that's kind of drastic. We may need a wellness check on Steam. LOL, says Main Event. Listen, I think all the altcoins need a wellness check. Right now it's all about Bitcoin, and I hope people consolidated into Bitcoin. There was a little fake altcoin pump last week led by Ether, but even the champ himself said that I wasn't convinced that, everything's following in the wake of Bitcoin. And again, Bitcoin's under fire. We may see a dip under 8. There may be a support there at 77, 75. Peasy's talking about maybe even 5,900. Let's see where we stabilize at. But, we definitely cracked under the support levels that we expected. So we just got to be prepared to make, new adjustments. I'm saying that there's a strong possibility now. I'm looking at the charts that we are going to pump going in to this halvening scenario, but we may fall short of all-time highs. Okay, so, those of you guys, if you've been hodling for a year or two, ready to take profits during this halvening boom, maybe considering, taking some profits right before that all-time high, just in case. Again, that's something you may want to consider. I'm not anybody's crypto advisor. It may go to 100,000 this halvening. I have no idea. This is a thought that's running through my mind and also through Tyler's as well. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. I'll put this article down below. Crypto bulls are running gag. I really don't like sharing articles that are not completely bullish. But, I think that you got to pay attention to people that are not just trolling Bitcoin, but they may have they may be speaking some fact. So, I think that could be some fact here, that things dump when people expect things to pump with the CME, with the consensus, with the ETF, the backed, and so forth. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I'll have everything linked down below. I'm here with the young Boomette, and she's definitely liking the charts. The little one, I'll tell you, she's already a little crypto maniac herself. Shout out to Tyler, Johnson, Main Event, Mr. Peasy, and the rest of the boomers. Guys, make sure you're downloading the Brave browser. You can earn those BAT tokens. And at least, block the ads on, CoinMarketCap and on the rest of these websites that you probably are not interested in. Look at my CoinMarketCap here. It's looking clean. Also check out the recommended crypto videos as well as the exchange links. Hey, champ, I appreciate the rational outlook. Consider both the bearish and bullish scenarios. These insiders are always trying to fool the small guys. Right. I mean, listen, I'm a mega bull. But, I'm definitely not going to ignore someone that's, maybe speaking some facts. I ignore all these trolls. I snipe them out the box or anything. But, if someone's speaking some facts, I'm going to, or what seems to be, sound, I may pay attention to it. Queen's Races just dropped me 5. Boom! Let me drop a bomb for you. Let me drop some dollar bills out the sky. Thank you, Queen's Races, one of our most gratuitous boomers out there. Queens, how's the work doing? You found some more trucking work? I know Queens was under changing his job out there. Hopefully you got some employment, and we're sending our positive energy. I definitely thought about that the other day. And, I sent out a prayer for all my boomers because, I'm a believer. Since BTC broke under 97, I sold 0.2 Bitcoin for my swing baggie, but I'm on hold for now. I'm trying to buy in lower. And, that may not be a bad scenario if you're doing, daily trading, swing trading, your swing baggie. Because certainly it took a dip. And, if you're into the swing trading on that daily trading, I would encourage you to check out the technicals here on TradingView. Believe it or not, they've been pretty on the nose for the dailies. I'm not sure about the weeklies or the monthlies, but on the dailies, it's been pretty accurate. Today they're still saying sell. Moving averages are saying strong sell. So, and again, this is for the 1 day outlook. Let's check out the 1 month outlook. 1 month outlook is still strong buy. Thank you again to Queen's Racist. Tyler D's just sent me more bat tips. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. And I've said this before. If you've sent the bat tips, I can't tell who specifically sent it. It's kind of sucks. And if somebody from the bat community or the Brave browsers out there listening, hopefully they can change it so when someone sends a tip via the Brave browser that they can write a little message like they would here on the super chat. That way I could thank them, or, just recognize, if someone wants to send a message directly or say something. Because right now I see the bat appear in my wallet, but I don't know where it came from. Unless you told me, champ, I send you 10 bat or, something like that. I really don't know. So Tyler apparently sent me some bat. Thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate you. Worst case would be around the 200-week moving average, 5K area, then moon. Listen, I think that there's still going to be a pump. We're going to still see things go over 10K again. But, a possibility of us falling short of an all-time high like Litecoin did before its halving is possible. Okay. And I don't want you guys crying or saying that, the champ's being negative, because we will still be in the green. Don't forget. And Main Event always keep saying this too. We're up since the beginning of the year. Year to date, we're up. I mean, 3,000, 4,000. If you were here in January, February, March, you're still up from then. So don't complain. Things are looking good. I got a new job doing shuttle bus driving a LaGuardia starting at $18.50 an hour, but there are a lot of overtime available, so this is my third day. Praise God. All right. Praise the Lord. That's good. Drop a bomb for you. I'm glad that you found some employment out there. Stay strong, Queens. I appreciate your gratuity, and I'm always sending out positive energy to all the boomers. Or, praying for positive energy. I'm not the one that can send positive energy. It's the Lord himself. But, I hope that, he has mercy on all of us. And he sends positive energy to everyone. But, lately I've been trying to choose my words rightly. Because I can't send the positive energy. The big man does. But you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to Tyler, Niagara. The rest of the pumpers out there, 18 crypto maniacs watching. We're not going to stop here with the daily boom. We're going to keep firing at the funny bunny with the long range snipers. And we'll be here. Even if this thing dips to 5-3, we've been here before. So lock and load. And we won't sell you out like some of these other tubers. When things start going low, they get lost. And you don't know where they're at. But the champ's here with the daily boom. I'll take a few more comments and questions before I land this plane. Thank you to Queens. Thank you to Niagara, Tyler D, the rest of the boomers out there in the chat box. 8376, a little lower than we expected. But, it brings some excitement. We got to weed out some of those bears. A little volatility is exciting. If there's no more comments and questions, I'll go ahead and kick it here with the young boomette. And I thank you all you maniacs, for dropping super chats and bat tips, and for sharing this on your social media feeds. Keep an eye out. There's still a possibility that we may dip lower. I got my target here on TradingView. You can see this is what appears to be the next support level. If we drop somewhere around the mid 7,000s, as high as 77, maybe as low as 71, 72, and then over here there's another support, which is in the mid $5,000 range. So, anything's a possibility. Or maybe we'll find a new support here at 8,000 and, stay here for a second before going towards 10K again. Let's see what happens. And again, it's excitement, a little volatility, some excitement, some action, some fire, some attacks. And I hope you guys are rocking with me. Niagara Gardner says the boomette. Yeah, the boomette's here. I mean, she's pretty much going to start talking into the mic at this moment. She's just a little one. She's not even walking. She can't even stand yet. But at this moment, I feel like she's just going to grab the mouse from me and start making trades. On that note, guys, I'm out of here. Like I said, I wish positive energy. I can't send out the positive energy, but I definitely pray for positivity for all you maniacs. I thank you all for tuning in to the champ. I'll be back tomorrow with a good crypto word. Make sure you're touching the buttons. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.